Welcome to the Lancaster City Council meeting. City Clerk?
City Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Members Hughes Leslie,
Present.
Molly,
Present.
Mann,
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ,
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The invocation tonight is by Ron Guthrie from Christian Life Assembly.
Thank you. I'm going to turn this around so I can get to it. Thank you. Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, staff, and guests, thank you for having me pray for this assembly. If you'll join me, bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Father, we thank you for just the beautiful weather you gave us. Father, I pray that you would preside over this council meeting, that you would protect this assembly. Father, I pray that the decisions and the conversations in these chambers walls would be according to your will. And Father, I pray that you would bless and keep everybody safe when they return home. I thank you and pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much. First presentation tonight is the Sheriff Explorer recognition. Is Rod doing that, or what's? Just call me on down when you need me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Charlie.
All right, good afternoon, Mayor, Council, everyone else. It's good to see you. So today we have the pleasure of honoring our Lancaster Station Explorer program. This is an incredible program that absolutely teaches young people the finer things when it comes to life, period, but to bond them with law enforcement the way the program does is just outstanding. So what I'd like to do at this time is call down retired Deputy Tom to come down and tell you about the amazing accomplishment that these young people have done. And I want to recognize Deputy Tom. He is a retired deputy sheriff, and his love for this program has brought him back to work with our young people in this city. So we're very lucky to have him. Come forward. Can we get the young folks up here? You folks can come up, please. You can step forward. Well, we'll call the mayor down when you're ready to do that. So, but you can use the mic and tell them about that.
Will do. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So a little bit about our post. We're actually down to 10 explorers at our post, which, bittersweet. We've had quite a few in the last year or two get hired by the department and by the military. A couple gain full-time employment elsewhere. So that's good. We're doing good. You see one of our team members here. He was our team leader in Chandler, Arizona, dressed in civilian attire, Samuel Torres. He just got hired by the department as well. So hopefully he'll be starting an academy here within the next couple months. So I have six of our team members. We took 8 team members to Chandler, Arizona. For those of you who don't know, Chandler, Arizona has an annual competition. It's a law enforcement tactical competition where we had 52 teams from across the country compete in numerous different tactical situations. There's also some fun competitions, stuff like that. It's a 2-day event. Really cool, real fun for these guys. We try to get them trained up the best we can in entries and tactical situations and active shooter scenarios and stuff like that. So what these young men and women did, they did an outstanding job. Half of them were new, had no experience in competitions. Half of my team only had one competition experience. So they took first place in the downed officer scenario. They took first place in, what was the other one we had?
Filling a traffic stop.
The high-risk traffic stop. They took second place in a vertical assault scenario, and they took third place in a terrorist takeover, which had multiple suspects and numerous hostages and people down. So we did really well. We did compete in a handful of other scenarios and missed it by that much.
So why did they gotta go to the academy?
Yeah. I'll tell you, when they go to the academy, we get great feedback. The drill instructors, the ones I know, they always tell us, we can tell who your explorers were, because they definitely stand out. So if you would, I'd like to give them a round of applause if you would join me.
Mayor, I don't know if you want to come down and take a picture with them, or shall we have them up there?
She's not here today.
She is.
She's one that's there. She's not.
I'm going to call your name out, just let me know so I can get you the correct certificate. The mayor will hand you your certificate. Joseph Denias? Joshua Reyes? Karen Sanchez. Mitzi Perez. Samuel Torres. And Xavier Jackson. We're used to marching orders, so.
All right, if we can start here really quick. 3, 2. Perfect. All right, thank you so much.
Mayor, if I could share, this last mid-year, there were several of us that had a chance to go to the California League of Cities annual conference. And there was a breakout session with 2 cities in Southern California that had their own police departments. They were not contracting with LA County sheriffs. One of the discussions that came up was staffing, and they asked where the 2 police stations were from a staffing standpoint. And both of them were only off the mark like 2%. And they said that their biggest takeaway was their Explorer program in regards to staffing. they said they've gotten more deputies from their Explorer. So I appreciate Tom, because obviously that could be a long-term solution, is a stronger Explorer program. So very impressive on that takeaway.
If they're not from Lancaster, I mean, are they, we want everything, right? Okay, item 2, the Boulevard Association Annual Report.
Good evening, Mayor Paris, Vice Mayor Christ, and members of the council. I'm here tonight to provide an update on 2023 and 2024 and also introduce the brand new board to you. So when I call your name, please come stand up next to me. President Art Manassian from AV Transportation Services. President-elect Jamie Summers from Mythical Candy. Treasurer Mark Hemstreet, Destination Lancaster, was unable to join us tonight. Secretary Shannon Dow, City of Lancaster. Corey Heimlich, Insight Development, also unable to be with us here tonight. Andreas Cabrera from Rio Brazilian Grill. Drew Mercy from AV Edge, also unable to attend tonight. Lucy, I'm going to butcher your last name, Lucy, I'm sorry. McCurchian from Olives Mediterranean Cafe. Valerie Orcutt, Bella West. Mike Reese, Boulevard Flooring Emporium, and Reina Santapadilla from MF Dance Co. So this is our 2024 board, and we're very excited to hit the ground running, so to speak. Thank you. So I want to give you a quick update on 2023. The Boulevard Association really focused on events last year, and so they were we hosted 4 events, a Health and Happiness Expo in February, a Boulevard Glow event in June, a dance party in August, and a Shop Local in November. Overall, between the 4 events, there was about 20,000 attendees, and we were able to bring in sponsorships of over $17,000, which helped pay for quite a bit of the expenses for the events. And if you missed out on foam parties, which were a huge hit. We focused a lot with Business Watch in partnership with Public Safety. Rochelle Early came to many of our meetings, and we've started conversations on doing Business Watch on the Boulevard. And thanks to our partnership from the city, we were able to still have a very huge focus on safety on the Boulevard with the ambassadors who do a fantastic job. And to cover our 2024 goals will be Art Manassian, our president.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to serving on this board for the next 2 years. Our objectives for 2024 are the following. We want to maintain and continuously find ways to improve cleanliness and safety for the Boulevard. We want to financially be responsible and find additional fundraising opportunities. Connecting the Boulevard businesses with informative membership packets and Business Watch programs is what we have on board for starting, I believe, April 1st. We'll have packets going out to all 250 businesses. These packets will be very informative. We'll have essential items from safety to website information, other businesses, maps, so on and so forth. Increase awareness of the Boulevard by partnering with businesses and other organizations through events. A thorough review and complete redesign of our website, marketing, and social media platforms, which include sponsored reels featuring curated content, collaborations with business and influencers, fostering community engagement, building awareness, and showcasing overall experiences being held on the Boulevard, aiming to create cohesiveness and immersive experience for visitors, thereby enhancing the Boulevard's reputation as a vibrant destination for all ages. That's just a quick recap or highlight of what we have planned for the next 2 years. The Boulevard Association has ambitious intentions in which we intend to successfully execute. We can achieve these goals quicker and more effectively with the support of talented and passionate individuals who can join the Boulevard Association as a member of one of our committees. I'm excited to meet new faces and embark this journey with my fellow directors and city partners. and I thank you for appointing me this position and entrusting me with the Boulevard Association. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that the most amazing picture of the Boulevard? I mean, it's just beautiful. Who took that picture? Do we know? Oh, well, never mind. Thank you. Number 3, Voices of Youth Mayor Recognition, Van Roberts. Hey, Van, how are you?
Okay. First of all, I want to say hello to our city council, our mayor, our vice mayor, Park and Recreation, and everyone else. On December 9th, we had did something, it was totally amazing. We had gathered all our kids in the community and their parents, and we wanted to do something special for our youth. We wanted to give them a platform so that they're able to express themselves and not be on the streets and doing smash and grabs and having issues at home. We wanted to relieve stress and depression. So we had a meeting with our mayor, our ex-Paris, and we kind of shined an idea of doing something big at the Jethawk Stadium, and he agreed. I was shocked, but he did. You know, he agreed, but I'm here today to actually tell you that we have a lot of kids here who want to say thank you. You have done something that we have been trying to do in our city of Lancaster, is bring the morale up in our city and open up the communications with our law enforcement and our city officials. So before I say anything else, if you can, we have a video of a short preview of the things that we did. So if you can show the video, please, I appreciate it. I want to say thank you. Our kids are going through a lot. Our kids are under a lot of stress. They have a lot of things going on at home, but by allowing you to open up your door to allow us to put these kids on a grand stage, it done the world for them. And I have some kids here who have something to say to you guys. So I would ask you guys to please come up, please.
Hi, my name is Manuel Moraz, and I'm here to speak on how the arts have changed my life. Imagine a sad, lonely kid in his bedroom, in the dark, just lying in bed doing nothing. It was just school, home, and sleep, really. But then I found the arts, and that changed my life tremendously. It helped me with basic life skills such as presenting and how to work with others. And with the help of my classmates and the incredible selfless instructors who were there for me when no one else was, I was able to find a true passion, but also be a help to my community.
Yeah, art, like, it really has changed my life. Like, seeing, like, how everybody else has developed their own skills and, like, what it would take for me to, like, get to their level. Along my journey, I knew that it would take a lot of, like, self-improvement, discipline, and, like, just hours and hours of just, you know. But, like, it overall made me more, like, a wiser person, a more, like, I can do more than art. I can make music, and it's just, like, how art changes the way you think. I think, you know, that's why, like, you know, art's, like, so important to me. Everything I do is art. Like, yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you. Hello, my name is Jelani. So how art changed my life as a kid, I learned that I had a thing called synesthesia, where I could see, like, music, and as in I could imagine like a golden cloud in the sky whenever I listened to guitars and stuff like that. And then sometimes I could taste music, because everything, like, about synesthesia, my sight, my smell, my taste, they're all, they tell a language that's I could think about through, like, different colors, or maybe, like, different ways of, like, seeing life, like, in a movie, like when I listen to, like, certain songs and stuff. So having that as a kid made me want to, like, see how people tell their story about life, and when they make music and art and, like, movies, I kind of want to put all my senses into all that, and then that's how it changed my life, because I just want to film stuff. I just want to play, like, I just want to play guitar. I have, like, 7 guitars in my room, and I bought a saxophone, but I don't know how to play it. Just it's like yeah, and then so yeah, I just make music so much, and I also I make content online as when I was, like, 14. I always wanted to, like, think about me being a nerd, and all these people, you know, they're able to just climb to the top, and I was like, I can't really play football and stuff, so I have to do, like, look at the Marvel movies and think about how at the end of the day they just want to, like, watch, like, a super cool movie with all the special effects. So I'll be that guy, and then the guy with the cool, like, muscles, like, dude, that was a cool movie. I'll be like, I was in my room for, like, 12 months. Thank you very much. So yeah, I have, like, a little following online. I get paid to make, like, memes, because when I was 14, I just started posting online because I thought anyone could do it, and, like, that was, like, if everyone could make it their way, that I'll just be the guy on the phone, and everything kind of, like, worked out, and kind of, like, so yeah, I kind of, like, a couple 100,000 followers on Facebook. That's what yeah, and that happened when I was, like, 14, when I started all that, because I was just seeing everyone. I was like, if this was like a movie, it was like I just got to put my coin in one of the slots, lotto slots or whatever, and then hit the jackpot. Woo, yeah. But yeah, that's how it changed my life, because I'm gonna be, like, 80 years old, wearing, like, maybe a cooler outfit. I'll have, like, but yeah, I'll let everyone else have some time. I don't want to. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zenon Baras, and I would like to discuss the arts. There was a time in my life when I felt aimless. I had no direction, no outlet for my queries and emotions, until I stumbled upon the arts. The beauties of cascading colors and emotions that it provoked brought a whole new world to me. My life was no longer dull. It became vibrant, full of color and life. I found my passion, and that's to inspire others. The arts builds our community and strengthens our youth, and with proper funding, we can bring opportunities to everyone alike. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mathis Diggerson. Before I start, I want to thank the mayor and council members for participating in positive collaboration with the youth and local nonprofits of Antelope Valley. I understand that community inclusion is important for fostering growth and unity. It has been my pleasure to work with the Tunnel Vision Foundation as a youth advocate. I stand in unison with youth organizations like Voices of Our Youth, Shaven Entertainment, and Paint Affairs. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. These agents of change are bringing in the new year with a growth mindset. And it starts with our youth, and will continue to nourish as we reach out and work together. I want to thank all of you for being here and participating. I really love the community that we have going here, and I hope that it gets better and better. Thank you.
Hello there, folks. How are you guys doing today? My name is Cynthia Becerra. I am the founder and president of Shaven Entertainment Foundation.
My name is Joy Tucker. I am the vice president of Shaven Entertainment Foundation. Oh, sorry. The first time I ever knew
we are a nonprofit organization in the community that's helping people deal with grief, loss, anxiety, and depression through the arts, dance, singing, anything artistic. And what we do is we create platforms and do events to help children and all ages express themselves when they're dealing with stuff. If you're going through something and you're going to the dark side, anything, especially our youth, we want to grab them and show them that they can use their actual positive outlets and channel the negative into a positive. We just recently,
on January the 27th, Shaven Entertainment, we had an event where we had the community come out and paint on a wall. We called it Paint or Paint Away.
Our Grief to Glory.
Okay? This wall, kids from the ages of 3 on up, seniors, citizens, all adults in the community came out and painted on this wall. You were allowed to come and express yourselves. You can see this painting still on the in the Jim Bin store in Lancaster here. It's still standing as to this day. But we watched something amazing. Someone to watch, 3 years old, walk in with his mother, ashamed and scared, afraid, having anxiety, social anxiety at the age of 3. And his mom also saying that she wanted to walk, she said, maybe I need to leave. Before that night was over, that one kid himself ran around painting and grabbing other kids to come and join in pictures and painting and games. The arts is needed. Our youth suffer with anxiety, depression, and also grief, and need the arts as its outlet for the youth.
Shaven Entertainment is also in collaborations with all the other community organizations to be able to come together and actually find these outlets, and we are asking if there's any way that we can get some sort of building to kind of get a community center going again, like we used to have the Cedar Center, and actually have something for the kids to come. And the organizations as a community are coming together, and we are there for the kids. This young man right here named Major is a crump dancer. I'm also a part of the crump community. I've been dancing out here for years, and there's groups that actually dance on Sundays. And Rex Paris, you actually opened up the Jane Reynolds Center for a group, and unfortunately, I don't know, miscommunication, but we were asking if we can get some kind of building where we can actually bring the community together, have an actual building where we can actually do more like the events that we're creating.
I know myself, I've lived out here over 20, 30 plus years, even as a youth myself, and for the longest, there's been nothing to do for us but drink, do drugs, and make babies. We've been known for that. We all know that. Yeah. So we're asking that you give us something else for the youth to offer for them to come, to get them off the streets, to get them out of just the computer world and the games.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I need to say anything else, do I?
Well,
Anyways, guys.
I guess you do, actually.
I just want you guys to understand something that's vital in our community. I know there's a lot of crime. I know there's a lot of things that's going on. But organizations like myself and the people I brought up, we're here to make a change today. And we're here to have you know that we're trying to bring our kids in, but it takes open communication. You know, we are trying to slow down all the smash and grabs, the home invasions. I don't want any of these kids in your house. So by allowing us to express ourselves on a stage, we have these kids here and not out there. So all I ask for our law enforcement, our community, our council, just let's work together. And today, let's rebuild our communications with our youth. And I thank you guys so much. Thank you. And before I open the door up, I want to have my partner come down, please, because I'm done. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. So one thing that I want to point out that the kids failed to mention is those kids that just spoke to you were the kids that built the Harry Potter castle from scrap wood and paint and their ideas. They built it from top to bottom themselves with the supervision of a carpenter that knew how to build sets that's done that before. So I just wanted to throw that out there because none of them said that. And they did an amazing job. Before we go any further, though, I want to call a few people down here that we'd like to talk to. Jason, if you could come up. Charlize is over there. Sonia. Rocio. Lauren.
Before you move on, can I just make a quick point, Miss Terry? Didn't you help paint that castle? That was a good-looking castle, Mayor. Can we get that picture back up? Or was it part of the video? I think that should be our background. Sorry. I wanted to point that out. That was a good-looking castle you guys made.
Marcos. And though she couldn't make it, Andrea is part of this group as well. We wanted to say thank you to all of you for the help that you elicited us during the making of this event. All of you played an important role in that, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without your help, so we want to say thank you. And the kids want to say thank you. Come on, guys. Andrea's not here, so we're going to give this to Rocio. She's going to give it to her. Sonia is the lady in the skirt over there. Jason is the man in the blue suit. Rocio is right there in the striped shirt. Is Ephraim here?
No, he didn't make it tonight.
We'll give it to Sonia. Go ahead and give Sonia his. And Charlize is the man in the tan suit. Oh, Marcos is right there. Junior's here? Is he hiding? He's hiding. Hold on, you're going to say something first. So these plaques are just a simple way for us to say thank you for the dedicated work that you guys put in to help us pull this off, and we appreciate you all. I'm going to turn it over to Eric from VPAN because he has a special thing for Lauren, veteran to veteran, because most of the organizations that participated in this event, I believe there were, I got the number right here, 4 different veterans organizations that normally don't work together that did on this event. So since she's a veteran, we decided to have Eric go ahead and present her.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mayor, nice to meet you, and the esteemed colleagues of the council. But I am thankful for Van Roberts for giving me the opportunity to present this award to you. As you know, I know you from Coffee for Vets. As always, go Navy, first off. But on behalf of Voices of Our Youth, they say we truly appreciate your exceptional and valuable support in advancing the mission and goals of Voices of Our Youth in the Antelope Valley. And on behalf of us veterans and yourself, I just want to say thank you, and here you go, and keep up the good work. I look forward to it.
And there's one more person that was instrumental in this. Mr. Mayor, would you come down?
I'm over here. Excuse me, Mayor. If you could step over here for a second, please, sir. I appreciate it. Just please step by your crew. If I could have all my kids up here, please. And I know all my kids to stand right over there on the side of them. Everybody go right over there on the side of them. Anyway, I want you to stand over there. Yeah. And before you take that picture, hang on one second.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, before we take this picture, it's a point I would like to make. I want our community, I want our law enforcement to understand that this is what community looks like. This is what community is all about. And I want you guys to understand that these kids are asking for another chance. So I'm asking you, let's please open up our communications and understand our kids, that you guys know as well that there's a lot going on at home. But I want to say to our city council and our mayor, this is a difference that you made in one event, and I thank you. Please.
Van, get in. Tanisha, Ginger,
Pardon me.
you guys get in there.
Step back a little bit. All right, so we're gonna start here, everybody. Just right in the center. All right, if we can take a look up here, 1 sec, 3, 2, and then hold that. If we could look over here one more time, guys. Gonna get an alternate angle here. And 3, 2.
One more, right here, I'm just kidding.
And one more time over here. Perfect, thank you.
DJ. Crazy King, where were you?
While everybody's taking their seats, another thing I wanted to point out is that the Lancaster Sheriff's Department was heavily involved in this event. They were at the event, they were in the planning meetings, they were very involved, as well as the castle.
Actually, it's for her. It's time for me to speak. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you for having us. On behalf of Little People Child Care and those who are associated with bringing us here, in the heart of Lancaster beats the collective desire to build a community where every child and youth feels valued, supported, and empowered. By embracing initiatives that keep our youth engaged in activities like arts, crafts, performing arts, and fitness, we feel that Lancaster could become a community role model. These activities serve as more than just creative outlets. They nurture holistic growth among our youth, steering them away from negative influences and trouble that the streets are calling them to. Engaging in constructive endeavors instills values of creativity, discipline, and community spirit, molding our next generation that will one day guide Lancaster into a brighter future. Knowing firsthand through conversation, many families are drawn to Lancaster's family-oriented belief system. Most of these families are seeking a nurturing environment for our children. By enriching our city with positive activities for the children and youth, we not only fulfill the aspirations of current residents, but also attract like-minded families. In essence, and in closing, Lancaster's commitment to empowering its children and youth while fostering a positive community is evident in its dedication to providing opportunities for growth, creativity, and leadership. Through these efforts to give the children and youth these positive outlets, Lancaster will create a thriving environment for generations to come. I want to say thank you on behalf of us. Here, we love Lancaster. Thank you for paving the way for our younger generation that will one day sit in your same seats one day to make positive change and be positive role models for the next generation.
What's next?
Chief, you're up.
Before we do what's next, I do want to say something. I believe that it's our job to create an environment for the community to thrive, especially our young people, to thrive. I don't think we get there by looking in the rearview mirror. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of things to do in this community, a lot of them, other than get pregnant, drink, and do drugs. Remember, I was born in this city, and I remember saying that, that's all there was to do. I think it's important for us to remember that there's also a lot of choices. There's a lot of churches that have great programs. There's this program that Van put together. And, when you're asked why did we dive in with him, it's because he was able to show us something that had the potential to improve people's lives. And that's all I look for. Does it have the potential to improve people's lives? What I don't do is try to create stuff because of something in the rearview mirror, meaning getting drunk, doing drugs, and getting pregnant. I don't think that gets us there. I think what Mitra does, I think what Van does, gets us there because it's a positive, innovative, something other people haven't done. I mean, that program, Van put Hollywood together and brought them to Lancaster. It was a big deal. It was a great project. I just want to make that clear. When you want the city to partner with you, come with a positive. And we're more than happy to. Thank you.
I just got to say, how do you not love this city? It's amazing. It really is. I've worked all over the county, and this city is absolutely amazing. So we have another great honor tonight, and we get to appreciate what I believe is one of the hardest working deputy sheriff teams in Los Angeles County. I've had a 35-year law enforcement career. I worked the first 32 with LA County Sheriffs, and I've worked with numerous teams all over the county. And I am telling you, I have not seen a team work as hard as this team. And that's in the tradition of the deputy sheriffs that work the Lancaster station. We have a great station. We have great deputies that work very hard to keep our community safe. Right now, I want to appreciate this team, the Lancap team. I'm going to ask them all to step down and kind of line up behind me if they could.
You know, while they're coming down, you know, it's very easy to complain and find things that you disagree with. These guys are actually reducing crime in Lancaster, and they're at 50% capacity. 50%. I mean, that is truly phenomenal what they're doing. It's almost to the level of impossible. Almost. You know, how do you do it when you're 50% on any given shift, unsupported? You know, I don't know how you do it. I do know that you are entitled to our absolute respect and love. I mean, if you guys weren't there, we'd be, well, you know what we'd be. Okay. Thank you. Hey, yeah, you hand him out?
Yeah. Okay. Mind if I say a few words? Thank you, Mayor Paris, Vice Mayor Chris, Lancaster Council, Lancaster staff, and then the community for allowing us to be here to honor our Lancaster Lancap team. And Lancap team is the Lancaster Community Appreciation Program. And it's a program that was started by the city and funded almost 20 years ago. And that team has really been instrumental in working to reduce crime and make our communities safer for our residents. They're really a specialized team of 8 dedicated deputies, 2 sergeants, and 2 detectives. And they work in conjunction with the City of Lancaster, Lancaster Police Department, Public Safety, and really addressing all those concerns within the city and solving those crimes and making the city safer for everybody. And another big part of what they really originally started to do, and they still do today, is they work with really to reduce crime in rental properties by working with those rental property managers and really addressing those problems of concerns at those communities. And I have a few stats or statistics to kind of throw out here and talk about. And in 2023, on behalf of those apartment contacts, they made 227 contacts with managers. That's a lot. But in addition to that, throughout the year 2023, they made 422 arrests, issued 102 citations, towed 51 vehicles, and themselves as a team served 35 search warrants. And really, when you look at the team, you have to look at they're a specialized team that really trains together and serves those search warrants, those high-risk search warrants within our community. And only those highest-risk search warrants are served by our SWAT team. Because they specialize, train together, they can serve those here in our town. In addition to that, they've assisted in serving 57 search warrants with outside agencies, and also assisted the Department of Children and Family Services with another 8 search warrants. They've arrested 2 suspects for murder within our community, arrested 4 for attempted murder, and have recovered 62 firearms last year. I think that's really instrumental in a lot of their work. A lot of what they also do, the team itself focuses on the robberies within our community. And last year, they filed 118 robbery cases with the district attorney's office. And I'm going to talk about a couple of those notable incidents that they were involved in. In April and May of 2023, they really worked diligently by using those tools and those means that they have and that expertise to identify a group of robbers that were committing multiple robberies in convenience stores in our town. 2 of it which resulted in where the suspects shot clerks inside the locations. And ultimately, we came to identify that group as the Kia Boys because they were stealing Kias and committing robberies. And our team here worked diligently in identifying those suspects, surveilling them, ultimately taking them into custody and arresting them and making them pay for the crimes that they committed. In addition, in September of 2023, Lancaster experienced another spree of armed robberies at local restaurants and convenience stores. The team conducted follow-up investigations and identified the suspects involved, and then they determined that the suspects had committed 6 robberies in our city. The team authored and served multiple search warrants, resulting in the arrest of 3 robbery suspects and recovery of the firearm used in those robberies. And that's small for the amount of stuff that they've done last year. And really, we're here to honor them and thank them for all that hard work. Thank you, Mayor, for helping and supporting the team, and the city for supporting the team. And I'm going to call them up and basically give them honors. And I'm going to name them all first. So the team is led by Sergeant Eric Jepson, who's here today. Thank you, Eric. Sergeant John Griffith, who couldn't be here today due to family engagements. Detectives Ben Casebolt and Detective Arnold Camacho, who also couldn't be here. But the team itself is comprised of the deputies that are standing in front of you. 2 of those deputies are what we call our city liaisons, and they work closely with the city officials. And those deputies are Deputy Danny Soto, Deputy Michael Figueroa, Alberto Rodriguez, Alberto Portillo, Oscar Dominguez, Joshua Bueso, and Nicholas Zimmer, and James Scanlon. Thank you, guys. Alberto Rodriguez. Mayor, do you want to have you hand out? How's that? Take a picture of the team at once. That's fine. We'll do it all. Alberto Portillo. Renee Valencia couldn't make it also. Oscar Dominguez. Josh Bueso.
Didn't I see you at the Christmas party?
Oh.
We're all there. It all comes back to me. We don't talk about that.
No, you were pretty good. And then if you guys wouldn't mind just taking one step back here, we'll get a little bit of a better background. All right. Wonderful. 3, 2.
Deputy Nicholas Zimmer. James Scanlon. Danny Soto, remember him from the Christmas party?
Danny's one of the guys who keep me alive.
Deputy Michael Figueroa.
And here's the other guy who keeps me alive.
Lastly, Sergeant Eric Jepson. And I'll add that Sergeant Jepson was actually a Lancap team member under Sergeant Steve Owen years ago.
You know, who these guys really are is there's the guys that hold the chaos at bay, you know, in an impossible situation. They're the ones that keep it at bay. And we'd be a much worse city without them.
Mr. Mayor, can you invite the chief up?
Let's take a 10-minute break. Okay, we ready? Everybody where they're supposed to be? All slots are full? Good. Thanks. We're back in session. The successor agency consent calendar. Anything to pull? Any speaker cards?
None.
Should we have a motion?
I'll move that we adopt Resolution SA 4-24 and adopt Resolution SA 5-24 and authorize the executive director to execute all related documents.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. And it passes unanimously. Moving on to the consent calendar. We need to pull item CC4. Is there anything else we need to pull?
No, sir.
Is there a motion?
I'll
Any
move-
speaker cards?
No speaker cards, and I'll move that we accept the consent calendar as currently comprised, pulling CC4.
Is there a second?
Second.
Let's vote. And it's unanimous. Now,
Why are we pulling-
CC4, why are we pulling it?
We pulled CC4 because it was inadvertently placed on the agenda as a consent calendar item when it is actually a public hearing. It has been noticed and posted as a public hearing. It simply got placed on the wrong part of the agenda. So at this time, it would be appropriate to open the public hearing on item CC4, which is regarding authorizing the application to and participate in the pro-housing designation program.
And I follow direction well, and so that's what we will do. We will open that public hearing.
We have no speaker cards.
Let's close the public hearing. Is there a motion?
I'll move CC4.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. And it's unanimous. New business item 1,
No speaker cards.
but I would like to hear that anyway. Sonia, you're killing it out there. I want you to know that.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. The item before you tonight is to award the the professional services agreement for the development of a public art master plan. Public art has many benefits to the community, which includes increasing cultural awareness, stimulating imagination, provoking creative dialogue amongst those in the community, becoming landmarks that uniquely identify, enhance, and draw attention to buildings, parks, and communities, and ultimately enhance the quality of life for the residents of Lancaster. And as you can see, or heard from the young students earlier, art makes a difference in the lives of everyone in our community. A public art master plan is a crucial planning document that will set priorities for public art within the city. It will assist the city in expanding our current public art program with a unified community vision, establish a plan for selection and placement of public art throughout the community, develop streamlined processes for the public art program, identify a funding plan and resources for support of public art, strive to educate the public about the role public art plays in the community, and provide guidelines to the city on the planning and processes necessary to develop, administer, and maintain public art now and well into our future. Apologize, it's a little small, but I'll give you a quick overview. The proposed schedule reflects a streamlined and very expedited process to conduct inventory, assess the city's cultural assets, identify opportunities, conduct comprehensive community outreach, develop and adopt a master plan, all within 12 months. So next year at this time, we'll have the ability to select and install public art throughout our city. That concludes the presentation. Myself and Ms. Jamie Williams from RRM Design Group, the consultant that we would be awarding to, if council so chooses, are both available to answer any questions you may have.
I have some questions.
Come on up, we'll tag team.
Just so everybody's on the same page, I think it's 2% of our budget goes towards art, right?
That's what's in our policy currently, yes.
Right. And if we do it that way, when my youngest son is as old as I am, it'll be finished, right? It'll all be done. I don't want to wait. I don't think anybody else wants to wait. When we can bond it and build it now. I've been doing this for a while now, and I've been to a lot of cities to see how they do it. And what I see is the cities that invest heavily in art, it has ripple effects. It has reach. You know, the whole city is lifted by it. It's a safer city. It's a more fun city. It's more vibrant. And I don't think we should wait for that. I think we should do it now. And so hopefully, within 12 months, this city pops. I mean, that we become a destination because of all the art that's here. Are you going to be able to do that?
This is definitely the first step in that process, and it gives us our roadmap.
I didn't ask you.
We will have a plan.
asked her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Well, good evening, Mayor, and thank you all for having us here today. We are excited to, as she said, start this process. The Public Art Master Plan is really the avenue that a city can take to set priorities, to really engage the community, understand what the community's needs and desires are, and then set a path for successful implementation. So this is the roadmap that's going to get you that pop that you're looking for.
Okay. When? I mean, what's the plan? When?
The plan is to identify the priorities and to where you spend that 2%. So that 2% is now being collected, and this is to create the path of what it looked like and where it goes.
I want to be clear that we're all on the same page here. It's 30 years of 2%. You know, it's a significant amount of money, and we're going to build it all at the same time. We're not going to do it one project at a time.
We hear you.
I think we need to lift up the whole city now. And I think this project will go a long way towards it. But I want to be sure you understand what we want. We want this city to just pop. Am I saying anything that's not, everybody's not in agreement with? Okay, good. Can you do that?
So maybe I could jump in and help them. There's two components. There's two components to this. One is the master plan.
Why are we having that? Why are we having this delay?
I'm not sure. It's a funding story, right? And we are from finance department and administration working on that bond document that you talked about to actually fund that. The master plan is not. They're not in charge of funding. They're designing the plan and what's going to happen. Our charge is to implement that plan, and we are prepared, as you said, to do it in one shot. 12 months from now, be prepared to do an entire public art implementation based on this master plan. Yes.
And the master plan will give us the budget, where the art should go.
Okay. So when am I going to see this master plan?
We are going to start our community engagement kickoffs in the next couple weeks, and we will have drafts available. I want to say, I'm looking at this, and it's really small.
This one's a little bigger.
About within 4.5 months, we should have a draft available. And that's, we'll start the draft review. And we will interview stakeholders, which will include our mayor, council members as part of that stakeholder community engagement, so we can spend time knowing what are your priorities, as well as engaging with the various artists in the community, engaging with our community as a whole to find out what their priorities are, what they believe public art should be in our community, take all that feedback, and that gives us the draft of the master plan.
Okay. I'm less concerned about what I want and more concerned about what the community wants. I just don't want any delay, right? So everybody knows where we're going, right? I'm not going to have any surprises. 12 months from now, I'm going to be really excited by what's happening, right?
That is the plan.
Yes.
Terrific. Good save, Jason. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Motion to approve NB 1, 1, 2, and 3.
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote.
Thank you.
And the journey begins.
Passes unanimously.
Council agenda. I'm nominating and appointing the vice chair of the planning commission.
Yes, Mayor. The chairman of the Planning Commission reminded us that you needed to appoint a vice chairman, and that you had a conversation with him, and he selected Stephen Derryberry to be that vice chairman, which you were going to nominate.
Now I remember.
There you go.
I really did leave it up to him to pick who his vice chair should be. So that's my nomination. I'm nominating
Good choice.
I'll second that motion.
Derryberry. I forgot it. Okay.
Steve.
Good choice.
Okay, thank you. So let's vote. He is the new vice chair. Council reports. Who wants to kick this off?
I will. We had an audit report because we did change from the Mojave Air District over to the funding area is now Lancaster City. And so we had an audit report, it came back clean. For AVTA, everything's good. We're looking for the county still to pay their fair share. The
Good luck
fairgrounds-
with that.
The fairgrounds is, the building is 90%. The planning is 90% done. So we're finalizing all the funding and going from there. So
When do we break ground?
probably March or April.
Once that building's done, we're going to have space for everything. I mean, I don't see any limitations to any events that people may want to put on. And it changes.
Well, it changes everything, and it's like the school district. Charlie Hughes is here, and the school district is partnering with us on the building, and they're partnering with us so they don't have to go out and build all new buildings for everything that they want to use it for. So we're going to let them use our buildings, and this is one of them that we can do it. No more graduations in the wind. You can put everybody in. No more limitations on the graduations. This new building will change the face of the Antelope Valley.
Thank you. But it's not our building, it's his building too.
No, that's what I said, he's a partner.
You know, this really is quite innovative, what Marvin did, is he pulled everybody in. You know, explained to them why it benefits them, why they're going to be using it, why they need it. And I've never seen this level of cooperation across the entire community on a building that is, how much is it going to cost?
It's about $100 million.
Wow, $100 million building. And even Japan kicked in. What did Japan give us for this?
15.
Japan gave us $15 million towards this building. That is, in the division, in, you know, the, NATO is what? What would you call that, a department?
The NATO, which is the Japanese government, is funding the energy component of it with hydrogen and Japanese technology for fuel cells and other things like that.
We met with them, and they told me the number one was sick with COVID, but number two told me that they never give money out of the country. It's always for Japanese companies in Japan. And then 2.5 months later, they sent us $15 million. I mean, there's a level of excitement that's international in regards to the building we're creating over there. And I think everybody's going to be just astonished when it's up and running. And it, in many respects, will become the center of the community, I think. Okay, anything else we got?
I don't.
So at our next meeting, we'll get into a discussion. We'll probably ask the chief to be there because we've got our numbers back on the flock cameras for Destination Lancaster. Was that shared with you yet, Chief?
Yes, sir. I got to look at it from Mark today.
Okay, because I'm excited. I think that, making the hotels safe and then being a partner within the city to provide that one more set of eyes to be able to assist in.
You're talking
regards-
Destination Lancaster.
Correct. Destination Lancaster. So that's on our checklist this year.
Thank you.
I just want to laud LASD and Lancaster Boulevard. Chief, myself, and Councilman Molly and I had the opportunity to celebrate Black history and leadership on the Boulevard this weekend. Phenomenal event, phenomenal turnout. So thank you guys for putting on the first annual. I look forward to the future events. And thank you to the community, to all our vendors, the car clubs for coming out and just bringing our community together and celebrating such an important cause, and our leaders. So thank you.
So what's our deputy mayor doing in community engagement? That's totally unfair of me. I gave her no warning.
You just put me on the spot. So a few things I've been working with the city. So one of the things is we're working with doing a workshop for the street vendors. And so the goal is to have the first workshop next week. We will have a series of workshops. For example, be 101. What does that mean, getting your permits, right? How do you submit the application? How do you become safe? How can you work better with the city? So we've been working with Salva and the city personnel to start doing those workshops.
Thank you very much. Sean, what have you been up to?
Well, I just want to give a big shout out to our city staff.
Oh, wait a minute, you're running against me. Should I give him the mic?
So being deputy mayor is nonpartisan, so, but no, I do want to give a shout out to Jason and Jen and everybody at Communications. This Black History Month, we've been doing Standing on the Shoulders of again. That's fun. It was fun going with some of the students to do that and to see that we have our very own Thurgood Marshals in our community, and we just reiterated with what we just saw right now. So now that Black History is over, not Black History is not over. Oh, they're going to kill me for that one, Rex. But now that Black History Month is coming to an end, I'm pleased that the Juneteenth committee, I want to give a shout out to Sonia and the park staff for facilitating that. We had our first meeting. We are going to do Juneteenth again on Father's Day. So I can't wait to see what the community decides to do and to help facilitate with our city staff and put it on again. It's going to be at Sergeant Owens Park, June 16th. Let's celebrate Father's Day.
Thank you. Okay. Actually, I want to do something with the mayor thing. We're in this election season, and election seasons are traditionally vicious, vile, and, well, I think I've said it, haven't I? And this one is no exception. But what I'm seeing is candidates using the city website to spew that stuff onto social media. After the election's over, it'll go back to being people commenting on what the city's doing rather than calling me the C word. I don't think it's appropriate to have that type of language on the city website. But I also am aware that there's laws that we have to comply with. And so what I'm going to ask the staff to do is to shut off all public comment on the city's social media websites until this election's over. And if you want to call me the C word, I suggest you send me an email to do it. But we're not going to allow you to do it for our kids and the public to read. Fair enough?
I got a lot of C words for you.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think you're correct. I think it's past the point of they're trying to make a point and they're doing it in the wrong manner.
It's, I think there has to be some level of propriety, especially when it's the website for the city. You can come onto my website and call me that. Of course, I'm going to block you if you do, but we can't block people in the city. We have to take everybody off. And so it will resume April 9th. Okay?
Can I ask the city attorney to weigh in?
Yeah, I will look into it and make sure that we'll be in compliance with the applicable laws. And if we are, then absolutely.
I was doing this based on your advice.
So we cannot do content-based, and I just want to make sure the timing is not problematic. So this
I
would
see.
not be content-based. I just want to make sure we don't have a timing issue.
Okay, great. Thank you. Good. That's pretty much all I have for now. I will address our DA next meeting. These are very strange times we're living in. All right, city manager, do you have any announcements?
So we have a couple videos of events that you and the council attended. We'll go through those videos real quick. We've had a lot of openings and opportunities to engage in some really great things that are happening in the community, so I'll turn those videos on.
Mike Garcia got us a federal grant in the City of Hope, a federal grant. We have this truck now that we can take cancer screening to the people. You know, we can go into a neighborhood, people can schedule cancer screening, and they've got it so it's like from your little toe to the top of your head. You walk out of there, you know you don't have cancer. And that's a pretty big deal. Well, not for young people, but for us older people, that's a pretty big deal. It will save an incalculable number of lives, and more importantly, it'll improve the quality of people's lives because we catch it early when it's there. And that wouldn't have happened without Supervisor Barger and Mike Garcia. That was a huge thing they did. And they've already ordered another truck, but I'm not quite sure. That's for the CAT scans and the MRIs. I don't know. I don't know what it's for, but it's already in the works, and those trucks are incredibly expensive. The state-of-the-art medical technology, and in conjunction with the City of Hope. That's been a great partnership. And I wanted to make sure everybody understood what that was.
Great, Mayor, thank you. And we also had the opportunity to open Studio 606 and the Wi-Fi in our parks. We've got a short video on that.
Enormous opportunities here, and there's also people here that will help you learn how to use the equipment, which is often, I think, an obstacle to some people. This particular facility, there's a charge, but if you can't pay it, that's okay. You still get to use it. We really have to work on that sound. I want to come back in a year and just see what this building has created. You can't write a term paper without the internet. And it's appalling to me that some kids don't have them. At the very least, we should provide them. So we start with the parks, and as you can see, we've got the after-school programs, and it starts to create an environment where everybody has the same opportunity to thrive.
We've been in other communities, and we've seen how the school districts are switching everything over to electronics. They're handing out the iPads, they're handing out the computers, but the parents didn't have access to allow the kids to log in at home. So having a facility like this, they can come and complete their homework and their studies.
That was all yesterday. Yesterday was a huge day. You know, you had what Penny Lane did with building that facility for, we have a lot of homeless women with children, right, living in their cars. That facility is one of the facilities on the books to solve that problem. But they do it in an incredibly great idea. It's in conjunction with veterans. So you have older adults, you know, younger families, and it becomes a community. But they also have the services right there in the building. You know, it's not like you just throw people into a building and leave them. They will be supported the entire time they live there. It's one of the more remarkable facilities I've seen over the years to deal with poverty, I guess is the way to say it. So on one day, we taking cancer head on, right? I mean, how else do you say it? That's what we're doing. You've got a very innovative solution to a specific homeless problem, you know, and it's the problem that we should be addressing first, not last. You know, veterans and single mothers, I think, should be the priority. These guys that got out of prison and want to live in a tent, they can live someplace else. But people who are truly fallen on difficult times and are homeless, this is the solution. I'm just thrilled with it. It was a great day. And then Studio 606, you know when you have a great thing going. You know how you can tell? You got 10 people saying it was their idea. And the thing is, what I've learned is all 10 really believe it was, you know, because their piece of it was their idea, you know. It was a community thing that just, now let's be clear what we have. You want to learn, you want to have a band and you want to actually do a demo tape, there's a place you can go and it's not going to cost you a fortune to do it. And it's professional quality equipment. You want to do a podcast, go do your podcast. We have professional quality equipment for you to do it. Anything to do with audio and visual arts, we have professional studio that's available to our citizens. You know, we'd probably even let a few Palmdale people sneak in, but, you know, but it's for our community. I don't know of any place that has that, you know, but it stays on point with the idea it is our job to create an environment where people can thrive, and thrive in the way they want to thrive, not the way we think they should thrive. I don't know, yesterday was probably the proudest day of my life because there were so many things we were taking care of, that we were creative and innovative, and it was transformative for the people who want to engage with it. And, you know, I get to stand up there and do the speech, but you guys did all the work. I can't thank you enough. You know, and I know I scream and shout that you're not moving fast enough, but, you know, you've learned to live with that. Yesterday was truly a great day. Thank you.
Great, and just from a public safety perspective, I think some other people attended the Future Leaders Brunch. We have a video on that, and our police vehicles have shown up. We have a short video of that, so those are on site. We're doing some modifications to them still, but they will hopefully be out in service very soon. So we're going to start video with the Leaders Brunch, and then the police vehicles.
To hear from people who look like them, who grew up like them, and can connect to them in a way that only someone that shares your culture can do. And that's what this event is all about.
Okay, you guys, watch this. Watch those lights. Nobody else's cars can do that.
Yeah.
We could actually have a light concert with them.
So we're moving forward, so those are getting decaled and identified and labeled. Chief is working on hiring his staff, and so we'll be having police officers in those cars serving the public very soon, so we're excited about that. Raleigh-Dunley Park, groundbreaking ceremony March 6th. That's another one of our park updates and retrofits. As we mentioned before, historically, we've said that we're going to rebuild this city, and part of that is our parks, and we have good stewards under leadership of Sonia and the direction of you that our parks will all be updated and upgraded, and Raleigh-Dunley Park is the next one on that list. And then we have spring cleanups coming forward, and of course, LPAC season. My mother attended the mariachis the other day and said it was phenomenal. So come out and join LPAC. It's a great, wonderful venue that is there for everybody. So buy your tickets and show up. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief, what you're doing is truly remarkable. And I'd like people to understand what he's doing. These are really, really strange times. Without us even seeing it coming, all of a sudden they changed the laws and they let thousands of people out of prison without any training, without any resources to house them, feed them, and keep them from committing crimes. And at the same time, you have people with incredible political power come along and say, defund the police. And they did. I mean, it never occurred to me that they would actually defund the police. I mean, we need those. It still takes my, but they were effective. And in LA County, they now don't have enough deputies. They are, 9,000 people down, or 900? 900. 900 positions are currently unfilled. That's a lot of positions. And so when I'm screaming, I want our share, I mean, what we pay for, the number of deputies that we contract for, they're telling me, yeah, you and every other city. And I think that's accurate. I think there just aren't enough police officers. And if you hadn't come along, it would be chaos. And what you will see in the next few months is those cars will be deployed. They're going to be on our city streets with real police officers. We're in the process of hiring them now. You don't hire them until you get the cars. We figured that out, didn't we? You got to have a car to put them to work. We're making inroads. It is going to be safer. It's actually, they're already reducing crime. We were the only city, I guess Malibu reduced it too, but of all the 88 cities in LA County, us in Malibu were the only ones that saw a drop in crime, while the others saw an increase. And that's before your officers hit the street, right? The chief is also putting together a program of volunteers that will be trained and will also be deployed, along with the community service officers we have. And while he's doing all this, he's doing it with state-of-the-art. I mean, those lights, it looked kind of fun, but think about what that was. That was one car controlling the other cars, right? That's how it works. I don't know of anybody in California that has those cars. We can coordinate operations to a level that's never been seen before. We're also making use of artificial intelligence that you're going to be amazed. I can honestly say within a very short period of time, I can't make people stop committing crimes, but we can catch them. I guarantee you we will catch them, especially major crimes, because the AI alerts, I mean, it's just truly phenomenal what he's put together. And when are we opening your station with that?
We're scheduled for June 15th, sir.
It's great things are happening.
And if I can add, sir, just wanted to let you know, we go live with ShotSpotter this Thursday. So that'll be up and functional Thursday.
That means you fire a gun in certain areas of this city within a second. We'll not only know where it was, but what caliber you used. I mean, very few cities have that. Thank you, Chief. It's going to be a new day. And if we get a new DA who actually prosecutes criminals, I mean, the memos coming out of his office to the DA. I'll give you an example. 2 people go into a store, beat the clerk, beat her, kick her, right? Throw things off the shelves. And how many months has it taken to get the DA to give us a warrant?
Paul, was that 3 months or so?
Yeah, that's been 3 months now.
Yeah.
And the DA refused to allow his people to prosecute as a felony. That means somebody can walk into this room, pick out one of you, throw you to the ground, kick you, beat you, leave, and the DA doesn't think that that's a felony. And you have to pressure him to get him to treat it as a misdemeanor. We've asked to allow our city attorneys, and we were going to hire the attorneys, to prosecute misdemeanors. Well, it's a way bureaucrats do these things. They just don't write back. He hasn't said no, but he just doesn't write back. I don't understand what we're having to deal with, but I do know this. I do know how to deal with it, and this is one of the ways to do it. All right. Thank you. And Paul, with 50% down on any given day, you're still reducing crime. It's phenomenal. If you had all of the deputies, crime would not be even something we talk about. Thanks. Anybody else got anything? City Clerk?
This is the time to address the City Council Agency Authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards may be found on the back table of the council chambers. If you have completed one, please ensure you have placed it in the basket so you may be recognized. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Please keep in mind state law prohibits the council from acting on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the city manager. Thank you.
Val? I need something. John Ammon, is that it? I can't read very well. Ammon? Okay. Welcome.
Good afternoon, City Council, Mayor. My name is John Ammons. I'm a resident of Lancaster. And Mayor, I heard you talking about $15 million. Well, I'm in a will. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to let the city know what's going on with one of their residents because it's high profile. So in 2018, a young lady named Ms. Jackson from the Jackson 5 left me over $450 million in a will. I have the will, I have the estate. She left me the music rights to Laurel and Hardy. Little Rascals, Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy. I've been in court since 2018 for probate, and I'm being racial discriminated and biased against, and they're taking my estate, which is worth what I just said. I have the will. I have the documents from court. I can't show you now, but I just want to let you know I have everything that, like I'm saying. I just want to bring it to the attention of the city of Lancaster of what's going on because nobody's paying me any attention. I went to MWACP. I'm losing millions and millions of dollars, and I'll be honest with you, Mayor, I don't live but 2 blocks from here. And I had my ideas when I first moved here, when I win the estate, is to help the sheriff's department, help the police department, help the kids, because I stepped in your city and I'm worth that. my wealth is over 450 million. I have a couple of papers from Alice Jackson that I would just like to leave, and if anybody wants to look into. I want to explain what's going on real quick. I have but a few minutes. Alice Jackson left me her estate. She named me the executor and the beneficiary. During her ICU units, this young lady from Iran, they came in on a company. They went to Miss Jackson. They got her properties. I got 19 properties in this will. I have 7 to 8 bank accounts. I have some oil wells that was left to me. What they have done is they came up with a fake trust, not notarized, not witnessed. When I was in court, it was named that the signatures on her trust was copied and pasted. It was notarized that her lawyer came in and stated, look, I would have never done a trust like that for my client, so I don't know why the trust went through. She was only asking for 5 things in her trust. Once she won the trust, then she asked for the will, and the judge gave her the will. And now I can't mention who I have as far as putting up the money.
Mr. Rahman, I wish we could help you, but this really isn't a city issue.
No, I understand. I'm personal. I just wanted someone to hear what I'm going through, and while you sleep in the night, why it has nothing to do with this. If you would like to help me with your power, I mean, don't let $450 million leave the state, leave the city of Lancaster when I live here and go to Iran. That's my issue.
Mr. Rahman, it's not something...
Okay, I just wanted to bring it to your attention, sir, because you did mention 15 from Japan.
I
Please.
appreciate that, but it's really something that should be brought to our attention in a different form.
Okay, but I didn't know.
That's okay.
And
I'm not upset about it.
If you was in my condition, what would you do if you're being taken advantage of? You would come and you would talk to the city, whether I know to do this or not. I'm still here letting y'all know that 450 million, I have it here, all the documents. Anybody want to meet me later? I need some help because I am being racially discriminated against for the music rights of Lauren Hardy, Little Rascals, the Rugrats, Our Gang, Happy Days. I own that music rights. I have it at the house. I have all the instruments from Lauren Hardy. So I just wanted everybody to know who I am, and he knows me. And if anybody want to help me to where this don't leave the city,
Sir,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, your time's up.
I let you one thing, I let y'all know. I love you, sir. I really got respect for you. I have watched you, and I really have mad love for you because I see what you're doing, and I would love to be a part of what y'all doing. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you, Mr. Rahman.
Y'all have a good afternoon. Don't let me walk out with this leaving. Please, somebody help me.
Jennifer Munoz? Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members, and everyone in this chamber. My name is Jennifer Nicole Munoz. I am an Antelope Valley College student. I am right now taking political science. I am a business administration major. I already took some accounting classes, economic classes, and general business 101. What I'm here to ask is about in terms of housing in a city level effort. I've noticed from my peers that they always complain that the housing market is too high due to inflation. I hear from students that are my age, parents, elderly that go to Antelope Valley complaining about this issue. I learned in economics, according to New York Federal Economics, they said that we're 61% most likely to go into a recession before 2025. So I just want to know, in terms of housing market, even though there's many other ways we can go in terms like, I don't know, the price of groceries. In terms of the housing market, what is a city level effort that you're trying to do to fight the inflation in terms of housing, not just houses, but also apartments? Also, my dad, Aliario Munoz, Mayor Rex Paris, and council member, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Rahi Mahali. My dad says hi.
What's your dad's name?
Olegario Munoz, he's right there.
Yeah, there he is.
You have to be proud of her. And to answer to your question, because you're taking economics, you realize it's supply and demand, and prices are going to be based, yeah. And right now we are short of supply, it's no question. And so and then you also have the interest rates that jumped up. It's priced a lot of people out. What we can do is we encourage more housing. We don't actually build housing, we encourage it. And how many units do we have?
We currently have around 2,500 units in process that are single-family units and 1,700 to 1,800 multifamily units in process right now.
So very soon, it's going to switch. The supply is going to be greater than the demand, and prices will go down, hopefully. But until we reach that tipping point, right, there's not a lot that we as a city can do other than to help people who are in desperate straits when we can. We're working with a lot of nonprofits and churches to feed people. We're doing that issue. You saw what we're doing in regards to single mothers and children and veterans. But it's really a balancing act in that it cannot happen overnight, and it's going to respond to market forces, is the best I can tell you.
Thank you.
But I can tell you we're working very hard at it, and we're trying to figure out new and creative ways to deal with these problems that we've really never encountered before. And when most of this council got elected, it was right after 2008, which was the worst economic downturn we've ever experienced. So it's not like we're not used to it. We came in used to it,
I got you.
It's just very different this time.
I got you. It's
Does that answer
very
your question?
chaotic. Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much. I'm
thank you
sorry
for-
for how nervous I am.
You did fine.
Have a great
Actually, I
afternoon.
thought you did magnificently, because I know how frightening it is to stand at that lectern. It's really frightening, and you did it really well. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Greg Basham?
Don't be nervous.
I'm going to try not to be.
I love your email address.
That doesn't mean for you, because it's my work. I retired. But anyway, it's cool. You could borrow it if you want. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members, Vice Mayor. My name's Greg Basham, and I've lived at 2030 Green Tree Street for the past 25 years. I've been a Lancaster resident for 37, so I'm kind of old. I am here tonight by the invitation of our mayor, our Rex, who I spoke to on Saturday, if you remember, I don't know. And I have to speak about our streets and roads. And that's, okay. Well, anyway, I had this down where I could race through it, but our streets on the east side, that's where I live, east side of Lancaster, are cracked and rutted. And the streets need to be totally resurfaced, not just tarred and then patched. The intersections are horrible, Mayor. They have ruts in them. So it's cool if you're going straight, but if you turn, you're going over bumps, So a couple of those intersections are at Avenue J and 10th Street East, and again at Division and Avenue J. So I'm just kind of speaking about J. On my street, now this is more grievances or gripes. On my street, the neighborhood vehicles are seldom, if ever, ticketed for being parked on the street during street sweeping hours. There is a car that's been parked across the street from my house in front of the mail cluster box for 8 weeks. Hasn't moved. In fact, there's like plants growing up underneath it from the cracks in the street. I feel that that's a danger for the mail carrier, who is a pretty cool guy, but he has to double park and then get out of his vehicle and carry, go that far to get to the mailbox. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, also, I would like to propose, and I don't know if this is the time to do it, but I'd like to get a speed bump on my road because cars drive by. My Ring camera catches them just flying by. So I finally said, you know what? I'm going to go buy a radar gun. And the radar gun, I have taken cars at 60 miles an hour on a side street. Most of them do 40.
What street?
Pardon me?
What street?
Green Tree Street.
You guys getting that?
And they just fly. And if I had a speed bump, I could laugh and watch them get airborne. That's what I'd like to see.
That's kind of why we don't put.
Well, you could put it right in front of my house. I would not care, Mayor. I really think that would slow people down. That's the whole idea of a speed bump.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
We will send people out there to look at it and assess it.
Awesome.
The decision whether or not to put speed bumps in, that's a difficult decision that is not made without computer support, I guess you could say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying various different methods to slow people down short of that because they do damage cars. But some streets, it's essential we do it. As far as the repair of the streets, excuse me, it's what happens when you eat almonds for dinner while you're having a meeting. What we've decided to do is we're going to put a section of the website telling you exactly when these streets are going to be redone, repaved. And if we don't stick to that schedule, we'll all know it. It requires, I don't want to say it requires people to be accountable because you couldn't have a more accountable staff than what's working for Lancaster. But it does put it, when I put something out that I'm going to do it by this date, I tend to do it by that date, because I've said I'm going to. I think the same thing is in play, but also it gives the citizens a chance to say, wait a minute, this street is too dangerous. Could you reconsider the order? And we will reconsider the order. But, as I see the world change around us, it's becoming more and more clear to me, we're in this together. The days of you just looking at the city saying, take care of me, really have come to an end. We either operate as a community, working with common goals for the well-being of all of us, or it's going to collapse. And what I mean by collapse is we'll be like every other city out there. I think we're really different. I think we're vibrant in so many ways. But it requires all of us. And it requires all of us working together. So far, that seems to be happening, although there is some dissension in the ranks. But we're working on that. Okay?
Well, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. And I voted for you every time you've been on the ballot.
Please do so again, would you?
Oh, I will.
And that goes for all of you, by the way.
One last thing that's a pain in the butt. There are cars that come out. I live right near 20th. Cars come out of that Walmart, revving their engines, gunning, racing up and down 20th Street and J at like 3 in the morning, wakes you up. So that's like a quality of life. Yeah, I need like triple pane windows. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all for hearing me out, giving me a little extra time. And Mr. Mayor, I was thinking about it back there. You said they were calling you the C word. I think that's cool. Not the, Mr. Mayor, it's not what everybody probably thinks they're saying, the C word. I think the C word for you is cool. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much.
You know, I'm a goof. Thank you, guys.
That was terrific, thank you. And you ended on a high note, that was perfect. Victor Trujillo?
Hi, Mayor. Hi.
How are you doing?
I met you before. I came here because after you tried to help me, got your officer to look into it, and you said, when I get my police department, we'll see. But when my tenant was there, they stole my unit. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea. So I just played the card. I knew the unit was in the house, so I went and called the cops, the sheriffs, and they all said, no, 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 no. So I said, well, something's going on suspicious. The guy in the house who was renting the house stole the condenser. He passes away. So I said, you know, people die. He's a young guy. Last name is Smith. Caught me off guard. So I wait about maybe 6 months later. This other guy dies, the guy that pulls the unit out of my building. And the unit's at my house. I told the cops to go there, everything. I knew about it. I didn't tell you guys. I didn't tell nobody the truth because I knew somebody was killing these guys. I found the guy that was poisoning the people. This is where it got better from a theft. I found 6 deputies telling me, get the hell out of here, go to Mexico, go here. And I'm like, I can be your father. Behave. You know, so it caught me off guard. It was pushy, real gangster, you know. I went to the captain, went everywhere. I had 4 captains, you know, detectives, everybody in the office, watch managers were on my side, but the deputy said, hell with them, we're not doing nothing for you. It touched a nerve. So when I found these 2 other guys missing, so I met the guy, a witness, the guy that was offered the unit. He saw him pulling it out of the attic. The insurance company says, I'm full of it. There's nothing in that building. That guy's making lies. I had a, $1 million policy? They told me to go to hell. So I said, you know what? If he gets his police department, now I got 2 homicides now. The witness just happens to try to commit suicide. I said, whoa. That's where I found the killer. From a theft, I found a homicide. And believe it or not, I bring it to you. Because you said, when I get my police department, you know, someone stole my unit. And this lady leaves, and everybody tells me, leave her alone, shut up. She threatens me. I had to call every time with the police department just to go and put the things on there for the insurance company.
Rod, could you talk to him after the meeting and see if you can help him? Okay?
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. David Paul? Did David leave?
He left, sir.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're done. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, March 12, 2024, at 5 p.m. This meeting is adjourned. And Carol, I'm on my way home, and I'm really hungry.